Travis Hunter, the number 2 pick in the NFL draft from Colorado, coming out from being coached by Deion Sanders, is already being made the face of the NFL. He hasn't even did anything on the field yet. But the NFL is so in love with this young man that they're painting him in a very, very positive light. The other day he was on a plane with an elder lady named Sandy Hawkins. Combs, and she turned and asked him, she said, I asked him, who am I sitting next to? I looked at his Jaguar pants, smiled, and asked, are you an athlete? She wrote. He smiled and said, I'm Travis. Yes, I was drafted by the Jags, right? Then she said, raving about Hunter's character, she continued, he's so humble and down to earth. I would have never guessed he was a professional. I would have never guessed that he was a professional athlete. So they went and they took pictures together, and she was just raving about this young man, about how professional he is. But he's coming into the NFL, and he has a girlfriend, Leanna. And we know that 6 months ago, all hell broke loose where they had to get rid of all their social medias because of a lot of things that his girlfriend Lenee was doing, bringing attention to herself instead of celebrating her man after he won the Heisman Trophy. She was getting destroyed on social media because of her perceived selfishness and attitude, right? So since then, she hasn't really been on TikTok or anything, but she's still on Instagram. Still doing her videos, but she has a lot of followers of people that want her to come back, and they're saying this.
Okay, unpopular opinion, but I really miss Leanna Lenee. Like, I miss her, guys. Like, her content was so good. I love the Get Dressed With Me's, the Get Ready With Me's, the game day outfits, the vlogs. Like, I just love a pretty content girly. I miss her.
She would do her videos right before the games, do her little girly stuff. And a lot of the young girls would tune in to watch this because they had the fantasy of being like Lenee. Man, if I could only be beautiful and look like Lenee, maybe I'll be able to land a star athlete. They're looking at her and they want to emulate her. They want to be like her. Now I was leaving this stuff alone. I was not gonna say no more stuff about them. They're young. I was gonna let them figure it out on their own. But then all of a sudden I saw this.
The number one thing Travis probably taught me throughout his college career is to be resilient. I've watched him get hurt. I've watched him have surgeries back to back. I'm back at Jackson. He had 3 surgeries back to back to back, all within a span of like 2 months. And he was down for a while. And it was just like me and him stuck in Pittsburgh with that. So be resilient no matter what people said about him. No matter how many times he got injured, he would get back out there and do his thing every single time. No matter how much hate he received. Anything. People told him he couldn't do things. He would still go do it. So he probably taught me how to be resilient and to just believe in myself and not listen to what other people say about me or what I'm doing. Going into this weekend is exciting. I've watched him work hard for this. I watched him pray for this. Me and him pray every single night that he'll go first round, and to see this like gonna happen and come true and prayers be answered. We're excited. I'm excited for him. He's worked his whole life for this moment, and I'm just excited to be a part of it and to be there to support him. Watch God's plans come to life. It's exciting.
Now this is interesting because I can see that she's been coached up now. Because all the things that they've been through, when she was on there saying that they had all these rules, she was on there saying that they gotta. He has to talk to all the men. She has to talk to the woman. She had everything figured out, right? Now, mind you, she never dated a professional athlete before because he wasn't a professional athlete. But she had all of these rules, not understanding the spotlight that they would be under, right? And what she was showing was her true character. Now that she done got a swift kick in the behind, I can see her being way more humble because she was treating him like she was young boying him. She was treating him like he was her youngin'. And I'm in control, I'm in charge, you do what I say. And he was just like, hey, I'm just happy to have a pretty girl. Not realizing who he is as a man. And now society has told him, yo, you Travis Hunter. She's lucky to be with you because you could be with any woman. So now she's since humbled herself, her language, her speech, everything is different. Because at one point, she was coming online and she was talking like this.
I was scared to be with him when he went to college. Like, I actually gave him the option to, like, break up. I was like, go to college, go do your thing. Because, like, I was a freshman once and I
come back whenever you're ready. I'll still be here.
No, I definitely didn't say that.
What you said? You said it?
I said, I gave you an option to break, like, I was like, go to college, like, go have fun. We don't have to be together.
Yeah, you said if you're going to cheat on me or do what? You said?
Or go do anything.
And see, she was making a lot of posts like this. And there was a lot of arrogance behind that. She wasn't humble enough. But I don't think that she was so stuck in her arrogance, she didn't realize that people can see her. And there was a lot of women that would love to be in her place. And they like, go ahead, girl, keep doing that. Because as soon as you mess up, I'm going to slide right in there. So they were, they were watching this. And she was getting criticized by women. She was getting criticized by men. She was getting criticized by everybody. But I think that she was just being herself. How she talked to him and treated him is just how she did it on camera. And he was just used to it because you watch him. He's just a happy, kid, immature kid. They're very goofy. He just happened to be here. On the field, he's a monster. But off the field, he's a teddy bear, right? She knows this, and she knows what she can get away with and what she can't. We all saw the video with her with the rapper dude. And, and she was showing you how she would be with the guy that she really liked. She was telling him, man, just go ahead and do your thing. Because she didn't think that it would get this far. To her brother was like, girl, you a fool. You know who that is? That's Travis mother effing Hunter. You better stay with him. He's the bag. He's the ticket. Right? Then she started taking him serious. But before that, she was telling him, man, go ahead and do your thing, man. I'm good. I'm going to go ahead and mess with these rappers, get my cheeks clapped because I like the thugs. I like the real thugs. Yeah, I mean, y'all like you, but you corny, right? And that's how she was treating them. But now, since she's been offline, there's a lot of young girls, right? Young girls calling for her to come back online. And they're talking like this.
Should have posted this last night. Because I know you guys clocked who was right by his side when he got drafted to the Jaguars. Leanna, clock it. You see whose ring she was still wearing? Clock it. I'm never going to let you guys forget that you bullied that woman off the internet. Because I'm pissed I didn't get ready with me on draft night. She looks stunning. She looks stunning. And she had major anxiety. She already knew you guys were trying to rip her apart, talking about her behind the scenes. She was holding his mama's hand so tight. That is a good mother-in-law, okay? Because she's protecting both of her babies. If I don't get ready with me, the first game of the season, coming for all of you. Everybody gonna hear my mouth.
Everybody gonna hear my mouth.
I don't know why that girl was moving her body like that, all twisted and turning her body, all looking all goofy and crazy, right? But the well wishes and tweets kept pouring in. Haley said, "I miss her vid so bad. She looks so beautiful, right?" Then Maya said, "Yes, she's such a sweet soul. We got robbed of many basically videos, right?" Then Courtney said, "This I liked her content, and the trolls ruined it. I wouldn't trust none of these girls as far as you can see them, right?" Then Tiffany said, "I'm glad I'm not the only person to think she was misunderstood, and to have grown men coming out of nowhere telling him to break up with her was so sad. Now all of a sudden it was only men doing that. No, there was a lot of women doing that too. And I'm gonna tell y'all something out there too. Don't trust the fake sisterhood, because I guarantee you 90% of these women right here would sleep with Travis behind her back if they had the opportunity to. Or if they had the opportunity to be in her position, they would take it. Women are more vicious than men. And way more sneakier than craftier. Trust me. We just get the blame for everything. But if I'm a dog, if I'm a dog and doing all this wilding out, there's an available coochie being provided to allow me to be a dog. So we doing the same thing, and women do it even better, right? But these are some of the things that she was saying that got her in trouble. Check this out.
Tired emotionally and mentally of seeing people try to make me out to be a person that I am not, but with a testimony, without a test of faith. So I'm going to start from the very beginning with this my type thing. I got permission from Travis to say these things because these are previously things I didn't want online. But I'm going to tell y'all the full story just so y'all know. So Travis, when he first ever DM'd me, when we first met, I said I left him in my DM for 2 months, and people said, oh, she left him in his DM until she figured out who he was. That is not true at all. The real reason Travis sat in my DM for 2 months is because he DM'd me when he had a girlfriend, and her name was in his bio, so I instantly knew he had a partner. So I exited the message, and he sat there until he was single. I don't do home wrecking. I'm not a side piece. I don't stand for any of those things. I support women, so I would never do that to another woman because I would never want it done to me. So I ignored him until he was single. That's the real reason he sat in my DM. Then the second thing, when I said he wasn't my type, I did not mean attractiveness. I don't have a physical type, period. No two men that I previously dated look the same. My first one was a white cowboy. Second one was a Mexican soccer player. Then I dated a black man who's a SoundCloud rapper. And then Travis. So I have never dated the same type physically. I don't care about what people look like or what they can give me. I date people for who they are as a person, how they honor God, and how they treat the people around them. And Travis is all the above. So when I said he wasn't my type, I meant because he was younger than me. I had never dated no one younger than me, and he had cheated on his girlfriend. I don't know if your type is cheaters, but mine isn't. So no, he wasn't my type at first off of those two things, but that didn't discredit the fact that I was attracted to him. That's obviously why I gave him a chance. And then I learned he truly is a phenomenal and wonderful human being, and that's why we're together, and that's why we're still together to this day. So that's that. Okay, the next clip was at the game after they just won like their last game. People thought I was upset with him celebrating with cheerleaders. I don't know where that came from because he never celebrated with cheerleaders. So that I don't know where that started, but that's not what I said. But what y'all didn't see before the clip, me and him were talking. We had already interacted. I had already said congratulations. I had already kissed him over the fence that we couldn't get through. So the real reason why I was mad is because the security, and you can ask any of the family members who was actually there, they didn't want no one to storm the field. So they had 1,000 security people holding everyone back. But the people in the field were like, let the family down. Like, the family can come down. So everyone was going back and forth. I was arguing with the security guard because he wouldn't let no family through. But they let the cheerleaders on the opposing team get through the fences. So I was like, so when I finally got down to the field, that's why I told Travis, like, he had already seen it. I already congratulated him. We had already spoke, got on the field, and then that I was upset because I had just finished arguing with somebody. And then what y'all don't see after 5-second clip is right after that, I let it go. I was like, like, celebrate. We took pictures. We were with our families, and then we went to his meet and greet, had another wonderful event there. That's all that happened in that. That was.
I'm gonna say this because I'm an OG. I'm a dad with children, grown children. They're very young. Despite my video and things I said, I hope that they make it. I hope that she figures it out and she gets it together over time. Travis seems like he's a good guy on the surface. I don't know how he is behind the scenes, but it seems like he's a decent young man raised by a good mother. I don't think that Lenee is bad. She's just a typical young girl with a big mouth, running her mouth, and she caters more to what people what she perceive people think about her. Like, she cares more about the cameras and the public more than catering to her man and understanding the position that she's in. So I hope that she's starting to now understand the privilege and the positions that she's in, because there's a lot of women that act like they're gonna be your friend, but they behind the scenes waiting to take your spot. They can't wait for you to slip up, right, and take your spot. So I'm rooting for him, but she has to really humble herself and know that she's in a privileged position. Don't be out there throwing your boyfriend under the bus, saying he's not your type because he's a cheater, where he got sponsors coming in and they have character and moral clauses in there. You in there running your mouth because you more interested in what the public thinks about you rather than covering and protecting your boyfriend, right? When we got all kinds of pictures of you without your ring, you doing videos with guys, it's all kinds of stuff that people digging up and finding on you, and then you going online trying to Negro-splain, trying to explain yourself instead of keeping your mouth shut. Right? And so I hope that she learned from this embarrassment, because a lot of these women that's acting like they on her side now, a lot of women wasn't on her side. They was criticizing her too. They was telling her to shut up. They was telling her that she blowing up the spot. So if he's on a big stage and all the cameras is there, you shouldn't be there arguing with the press. You shouldn't be there arguing with security. You shouldn't be there doing anything. You should be remaining in your feminine position. You shouldn't be doing anything that would bring negative attention to Travis. Nothing. You should be his rock, his peace, and his peace. He chose you. You didn't choose him. He chose you because he had the high upside. And now where he go, you go, right? And he's positioning you and your family to change their lives because of his talent, right? Y'all not married yet. Y'all don't have any children. So humble yourself and just appreciate the man that you're with, and stop treating him like you're doing him a favor. So, and that's it. And like I said, I want to see him make it. But I'm going to cut this video short here. If y'all made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV and leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.